Present your feedback carefully. This is not only for teachers, it is for everybody who is giving a feedback. So use positive words to give feedback to your learners. By positive words, do not start giving your feedback by using the word "you are not doing it." Rather, "you are doing it" and "you need to do it" is a better phrase. If you start saying the things with negative expressions, "no, not," it will not be interesting for the listener, and especially the students who are at a very tender age. The most important thing in the feedback is give an opportunity to your learners to speak for themselves, to give their own opinions. A feedback should not be one-way thing. It has to be a two-way thing. It can be a dialogue if necessary, if required. It depends on the level of the students, and the teacher knows it well whether she can involve the students in a dialogue. But they must allow the students and the learners to speak for themselves. They must let them have an opportunity to give reasons for their weak areas. Sometimes the teachers are not aware of the reasons why the students or the learners are weak in certain areas. But once they come to know what are the reasons, the teacher would be the best person to advise how to overcome that weakness. Because the teacher knows well how to handle with situations where there are some situations which the students cannot deal with. For example, some students, they come from families of broken homes. Sometimes the teachers are not aware of what is happening while the student is doing the homework or while the student is learning for a test, because there could be repercussions in a broken home, or even if there is a family, parents are living together, there could be a problem in the house which is disturbing the learner to learn something. We have all types of students. There are some students who can really survive in very rough conditions. It cannot be said 100% that every time a child coming from the broken family would be affected. No, sometimes we see children coming from broken families can deal with the situations and they do their work well. But sometimes they cannot manage, and it's the same case with the families living together. Maybe some children, they can put up with all difficult times happening in the family, but there are some in the family who cannot. So the teacher needs to know about it. How would he know about it? Only if he will give an opportunity to the student to talk about it. Why cannot the teacher listen to a student if he wants to say something? That will be a participatory factor. It would help the teacher to understand why the student is lacking in some area and what is his weakness exactly. So please give the students some opportunity to participate in their own feedback. It will help the teacher also. It will make her job easy to understand and to guide the student and the learner how to overcome that weakness. Speak to them on one-to-one basis. Sometimes a feedback is given overall to the whole class. That is useful as well, because maybe it is not something very specific. Maybe everybody has made a mistake in using the tense. So the teacher might give a feedback to the whole class that I have noticed that every one of you have made some mistake in the use of tense. And then she can talk about those things which different students have done. And that can be an overall feedback. But sometimes it is required that feedback is given on one-to-one basis, because that is more specific for that particular student.